Alright everyone, welcome to Warframe. We are Sanity Optional, and we're going to be playing doing a little Let's Play series called Twinja, hopefully, maybe. But essentially...
I'm not laughing at... go! Keep going!
Sorry.
This is a good take. Keep
Okay.
going, keep going.
So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to essentially be playing this game start to finish in air quotes because there's no real finish, there's just multiple places to go.
Well, technically, if you count by the levels, I mean, there could be... There are multiple... Okay, as you can see, I will outline the different directions that this little galaxy... It's the solar system. I don't know how they did this, but the different directions that it takes, you actually, from certain points, have to skip which planet and direction that you're going because they didn't level it the same way. I mean, it's I go this way until I get my ass kicked and then I switch directions. So that's how we'll be doing it.
So right now, we're going to show you essentially what gear we're going to be running with, and this is pretty much what we're going to be running from now until the end game.
Yes, we've picked a total of 5 weapons for each Warframe. Single Warframe we're going to use with a color set, which we're going to enjoy immensely.
Hopefully. If not, you would just all life decisions were credit.
Shush. Anyways, don't actually shush, I'm just shushing you. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the arsenal, and I'm going to go ahead and do the whole awesome magical link bullshit in which we explain each weapon that we're going to be using. Don't worry, we won't go into as much detail as to show the different mods contained there within, but... well, unless you ask.
Yeah,
if you ask, we'll make a later video specifically for that, because look how much time we've already wasted. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the build.
Alright, so we'll start over here with me. Right now I'm playing the Warframe Volt. He is a very electrical Warframe. He is built on just...
He's very DPS
Yeah, he's very
oriented.
DPS oriented. And that's pretty much my strategy with him, is pretty much to lay down the hurt. I will be using the Soma. As you can see, it is a very, it's pretty much a bullet hose. That's basically what it is. We'll also be using the miter. The miter is a saw projectile weapon. It will...
Think of it as a bow and arrow that fires buzz saws.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I can imagine anyone on the other end of that gun, it's not their lucky day.
No. Then for secondaries, we have the Galantine, which is I hope a good gun. It is a crossbow.
I hope.
I hope.
There is hope in this.
There's hope in this. It is a crossbow. It has 2 firing modes. It has a regular draw where you draw and fire, and it also has a semi-automatic where it shoots a 4-round burst. And then we also have our Seer. Let's see if it'll load up over here. There we go. See this gun. This gun is a little bit special, at least in Warframe lore, because it's both a one of the faction weapons, and it's also a part prime. And if you don't know what prime is, it's essentially just a special version of some of the existing weapons. That's short, at least.
It's the best pistol in the game.
Pretty much.
Well, don't quote me on that, because there might be entirely different shit now.
By the time we
it's the best pistol we were capable of getting our hands on. I will argue this point with my own, but we will see.
Yeah. And then we have Galantine. And this thing is a monster. As you can see, it takes up pretty much my entire screen.
It goes beyond the screen.
Yeah.
That is... You cannot contain this sword!
Nope, you cannot. This sword is very good. It's going to take down a lot of the higher level infested and pretty much everything in the higher end game. This is a very good weapon. And then we'll switch over to Ratas.
Alright, so we're getting into what I'm doing. I'm going to be running as Rhino, which is quite the monster. He's not as fast as Volt, and he doesn't deal as much damage. But I can literally make myself impenetrable for about 1200 damage with one of my abilities, and not to mention he's got an ungodly amount of armor. You can see my stats over here. He's slow, he's bulky, but he kicks ass. Coupled with the fact that I'm rather good at the parkour, it's going to be kind of sort of a test of straight up running versus diving and dodging and wall running. I'll try and keep up. Alright, as far as the weapons that I have, for a silent primary, I have the Dread, which, of course, was picked up off of a stalker. The Dread has never been touched, as is the rest of our weapons. If any of our weapons had been touched, we went ahead and leveled them all the way up and formatted them so that we would be starting again. Wow, even he looks irritated. So, the Dread is basically a lot like the Parrots. It's a bow, and the bow can... The bow has high piercing, it pins things to walls, it's just generally all around awesome.
What more do you need to know? It's a bow.
It's a bow. Okay, that's not the right screen. Cut that out. Then I have the Gorgon. I had silent, now I have loud. The Gorgon is a machine gun, and by machine gun I mean just short of being a freaking minigun. This thing starts slow, and then it ends fast. It just completely mows things down. We're kind of sort of betting on which is better as far as the Soma and the Gorgon. Gorgon has higher damage output, but the Soma shoots faster, so this is going to be real interesting. For secondaries, I'm going to be starting out with something loud and powerful, the Lex. It's hit scan, totally powerful, blows things up, it's a pocket sniper, it's real easy. The other weapon that I'm going to be using is the Despair, another one that I pulled off of the Stalker's carcass. The Despair is powerful, it has piercing, it can go through things and hit other things. I love the Despair, I love all of the throwing weapons I've been using so far. I have not touched the Despair, I've never actually used these weapons, so it's going to be really interesting, and I don't know what animal tried to come out of my body just now, but the Despair is going to be fun to... I mean, what you have to really realize here is that we're not using things that we're used to using. This entire thing is going to be entirely new to us. We're just going to, like, jump into it face first and pray that the game doesn't chew us up and spit us out.
Pretty much.
The final weapon that I'm going to be using is my melee Orthos, which I am coupling power with long range, but slow strikes. I'm basically doing the same thing he's doing, but with more area of effect damage, and I'm counting on this knocking people on their ass. So this is going to be real interesting to see how these builds work together. The quick and powerful versus slow and steady.
Yeah, this is a complete flip for us. Just so you guys.
I mean,
know.
I'm used to being the fast, powerful, unload on things, and/or the real powerful, precise. I mean, I've got a Snipetron, I've got all kinds of different weapons that I pour all of the precision into the single shot. I even have the supercharge for the sniper rifle that I tried to use. And this is going to be an entirely different game for us. So, let's just see how it goes. Other than that, we're going to set up a map to where you can see what happens. We're going to track our progress so that you can see it. We'll make sure to broadcast every match that we do. And I'm going to quickly go over a few rules, because we got to have rules.
Yeah, what's a game without a little bit of rules?
Yes, specifically one of the greatest things that you guys are going to enjoy is watching us get our asses kicked. Because in this game, we get to do each of the missions one time. In any given system, there is a multiple number of missions. We're starting at Terminus, that's our first mission, and we're ending somewhere else. Point being, we can only do these missions one time. When we actually complete the mission will flash green and remain that way until forever. Anyways, when we lose, we cannot complete the mission again. We'll have to go through with some other Warframe and do it elsewhere. Basically, we'll skip it. And that means, what, easy? No, because that means that we're not going to be getting experience for that. Which means that if we get into the higher levels up further into the game, and we start getting our asses kicked consecutively, well, this series isn't going to last long. All I can say. But, at the same time, we have a few things that we're going to use as our lifelines. Namely, we are going to enable ourselves to do alerts, events, and the void. All without limits except one. With the void, we're going to make sure that we never surpass the rank that we have. If we're going to be doing a rank 1 void mission, we will have to have at least one of our equipment below rank 10. Once all of our equipment reaches rank 10, we will have to move on to rank 2 void missions. Once we get past rank 20, we will have to move on to rank 3 void missions, which tier 3 is the biggest, heaviest, kick our ass and spit us out. At that point, we are scrod. But real easy, real fun. Not easy. We're gonna get murdered. But well, we might get murdered. Maybe. Let's kick ass.
Well,
we will be awesome. Maybe.
Oh.
I'm guessing. I'm hoping.
We're definitely gonna be awesome.
Please make me awesome. Okay. Anyways, we went ahead and we supercharged everything because this is going to be a real steamroll. If you look, we have a few upgrades that we're starting with because we're starting out. We with the Warframes, we're capable of putting an aura on there so that even though we have 0, we can still add some things using the boost that the aura gives us. Other than that, we're really trying to see if the developer's word is true, in the sense that they're trying to make it to where that farming is not necessary. So we're going to be doing the purest, most evident version of that, in which we just go through each mission one time as a linear story, going through the game. Well, not so much story, more
really
like hack and slash murder. But yeah,
we'll try and find our own way to make a cohesive story out of this.
Now, the most important part that I think is going to be really visually appealing is the fact that at all times I will make sure that my Warframe is on a separate viewing plane from his. I will have my camera reversed. So at all times, I will be the right.
And I will be the left.
So that's how we are. I am Ratas, and I am the right.
I am Magnus, and I am on the left. Oh, I am the left.
You are the left.
The left. Not the left side, but the left.
I'm right, you're wrong. That's
all the time.
Okay. Anyways, so that's how we're going to have it all set up. I hope this isn't boring or not fun. I hope there's some anticipation for this. Maybe not. I'm just... let's see what happens. So, alright. Sanity Optional signing out.
Sanity Optional app.
Things off. This is... Oh, he's got the daggers out. And I'm spinning him. Wow, this is... Gonna need some editing going on here. Alright. Cut it out. Seriously. There we go. When I'm spinning him again. This is so difficult.